Minjil Referral Constituency. I quite appreciate the fact that we have a total decay in our educational sector, because nowadays you go to our primary school and find out our wards are studying under the shade of trees, no classroom, even the teachers are not there. But for me, I just feel that the way we are pushing things to federal government is becoming unbecoming. When it comes to Boko Haram, we said federal government. Manning of prisons, federal government. Aviation, federal government. Internal security, federal government. And now provision of primary education, we are also pushing it to federal government. Mr. Speaker, I wonder why one of my colleagues, with due respect, the former Minister of Education, was making her contribution. He stated that there are some funds are laying idle in CBN since 2005. People are arguing that state cannot pay salary today. There are challenges. Is it today that this problem started? This is 11 years when we even had oil boom from 2005 to 2012. The state has more than enough to cater for education. But because they didn't attach importance to education, they refused to assess that money. Mr. Speaker, let me sign an incentive in my state. When Governor Rabi Kankaso came in 2011, we had such kind of money laying idle, that UBE money, counter-funding money, laying idle in CBN. But because his government focused on education, he paid the counter-funding, and we made provision of over 2,000 blocks of classroom in Kano State alone. It is only 2 years that the government cannot afford to pay salaries. And we are saying that federal government should go for bailout. Federal government should go for even increasing the funding of universal basic education. If the whole thing, God forbid, the trend continue to move as such, in 2 years to come, we'll come and say that local government and state government should hands up their hands with regard to provision of education. I think what this House is supposed to do is, let's take the bull by its horn. Let's face the reality. Let's these state governors and local government chairmen attach importance to education. If they attach importance to education, I am sure those states who can spend over 5, 10, 15 billion to construct airports. We have states in northern Nigeria, we have states in southern part of Nigeria, we have states in this country who are building airports, whereby only one airplane is landing in that airport on daily basis. And even at times, the state do supplement to the airport, to airliners, even for aeroplane to land in that airport. Mr. Speaker, with due apology, I don't want to mention names. In northern Nigeria, I know over 5 states whereby aeroplanes are landing on those states on daily basis, and the state governors are the one supplementing, because maybe they're only carrying 10, 15 passengers, and the state government pay for the remaining 25, with or without those passengers. If those state government can afford to pay to build and construct airport, whereby only 15 people will benefit from it, why not those state governors attach importance to education and continue? If someone said he's giving you 10,000, and just for you it's just to counterfund 10 million, 10,000 naira, you say you cannot. No. I think there is integrity question with regard to that. And the earlier the better we tell ourselves the truth. The issue is not because of financial difficulties, it's because the state governors and the local government do not attach relevance to education. I raise my case. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.